Welcome to A to Z Summary YouTube channel. Here is a detailed analysis and summary of the novel Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Before proceeding further, I request you to please subscribe our channel and like the video. Also comment your favorite books and novel so that I can provide summary for it. Now let's start with the summary. The characters in the novel are. The themes of the novel are. Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson is a classic adventure novel about a young boy named Jim Hawkins who discovers a treasure map and embarks on a thrilling journey to find buried treasure. The story is full of pirates, treasure hunts, and dangerous escapades. The novel is famous for its vivid characters, like Long John Silver, a cunning pirate with a wooden leg, and Captain Flint, the notorious pirate who buried the treasure. Throughout the book, Jim faces many challenges and learns important lessons about bravery, loyalty, and friendship. The novel explores themes of greed, courage, and the consequences of one's actions. Our tale begins with Jim Hawkins, a young boy living with his parents at the Admiral Benbow Inn along the coast of England. Their peaceful life is soon disrupted by the arrival of a mysterious old sea captain named Billy Bones. He takes up residence at the inn, bringing with him a chest and a sense of foreboding. Jim is intrigued by the old sailor and eavesdrops on his conversations with the other patrons, learning of a treasure map and a man named Flint. However, Jim also witnesses the dark side of Billy Bones, as he becomes increasingly paranoid and fearful of a seafaring blind man named Pew. One stormy night, a sinister visitor named Black Dog arrives at the inn, sparking fear in Billy Bones. Black Dog and Billy have a tense confrontation, revealing a past fraught with piracy and betrayal. Jim, frightened by the encounter, resolves to take action. After Black Dog's departure, Billy falls ill from the stress, and Jim and his mother nurse him back to health. During this time, Billy confides in Jim about his past as a pirate and his fear of a man named Long John Silver. The peace at the inn is shattered when blind Pew, the beggar, returns and delivers a black spot, a mark of death, to Billy Bones. Jim and his mother are horrified, but Billy remains defiant until his last breath. With Billy's passing, Jim and his mother search the old sailor's belongings and find a treasure map hidden within the chest. Recognizing the danger it poses, Jim decides to take the map to the local squire, Trelawney, for safekeeping. Squire Trelawney is immediately captivated by the treasure map and decides to fund an expedition to find the hidden wealth. He enlists the help of Dr. Livesey, a local physician, and they hire a ship, the Hispaniola, and its crew. Among the crew is Long John Silver, the charming and enigmatic sea cook. As preparations for the voyage begin, Jim is drawn to Long John Silver's charisma but remains wary of the man's true intentions. Nevertheless, the crew sets sail, with Jim serving as cabin boy aboard the Hispaniola. The journey to Treasure Island is fraught with tension as Jim observes the growing divide between the honest sailors and Long John Silver's faction. Suspicion mounts as rumors of mutiny swirl around the ship. Despite the growing unease, Jim finds solace in his friendship with the ship's captain, Captain Smollett, and Dr. Livesey. However, he cannot shake the feeling that danger lurks beneath the surface. Jim's fears are realized when Long John Silver and his mutinous crew launch a surprise attack on the honest sailors, taking control of the Hispaniola. Jim narrowly escapes capture and hides in the ship's rigging, witnessing the betrayal firsthand. With the mutiny successful, Long John Silver reveals his true colors and declares his intention to find the treasure for himself. Jim realizes that he must act quickly to thwart Silver's plans and protect the treasure from falling into the wrong hands. Jim manages to escape the clutches of Long John Silver and his mutineers, fleeing into the dense jungle of Treasure Island. Alone and terrified, he stumbles upon a hidden stockade where he finds refuge with a group of marooned sailors led by Ben Gunn. Together, they form a tenuous alliance, united by their desire to thwart Long John Silver and reclaim the treasure for themselves. However, their safety is short-lived as Silver and his men close in on their position, determined to eliminate anyone who stands in their way. With the help of Ben Gunn, Jim learns of the location of the treasure and sets out on a perilous journey to retrieve it. Along the way, they encounter numerous obstacles, including treacherous terrain and Silver's men who are hot on their trail. Despite the dangers, Jim remains determined to succeed, driven by the promise of riches and the desire to thwart Long John Silver's nefarious plans. With Ben Gunn's guidance, they follow the clues left behind by Captain Flint, inching closer to their goal with each passing day. As Jim and his companions draw nearer to the treasure, they are ambushed by Silver and his men, who are determined to claim the riches for themselves. A fierce battle ensues, with both sides fighting desperately for control of the island and its wealth. Amidst the chaos, Jim hears a mysterious voice calling out from the trees, guiding him towards the treasure's hidden location. With renewed determination, he presses on, determined to claim the treasure and bring an end to the bloodshed once and for all. Jim and his companions reach the treasure's location and unearth the chest, filled with gold and jewels beyond their wildest dreams. However, their victory is short-lived as Long John Silver and his men launch a final assault on the stockade, intent on seizing the treasure for themselves. In a desperate bid for survival, Jim and his friends defend the stockade against overwhelming odds, relying on their wits and courage to outsmart their adversaries. In the midst of the chaos, Long John Silver's true loyalties are revealed, as he turns against his own men in a bid to claim the treasure for himself. With the battle won and the treasure secured, Jim confronts Long John Silver, who offers him a chance to join forces and share in the spoils. However, Jim sees through Silver's deceit and refuses to betray his friends and principles for the sake of wealth. Enraged by Jim's rejection, Silver vows revenge and disappears into the jungle, leaving Jim and his companions to celebrate their victory and contemplate their future. Though the journey has been fraught with danger and hardship, Jim emerges stronger and wiser, forever changed by his adventures on Treasure Island. In the aftermath of the battle, Jim and his companions prepare to return home, leaving Treasure Island behind them. As they set sail for England, Jim reflects on the lessons he has learned and the friendships he has forged along the way. Though Long John Silver remains at large, Jim is confident that he will one day face justice for his crimes. As the Hispaniola fades into the distance, Jim looks forward to the future, knowing that he carries with him the memories of his adventures and the treasure of friendship that is more valuable than any gold. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content.